don't give a fuck.
Are you sure?
I just don't give a fuck.
Presenting The Art of Not Giving a Fuck with Garrett John.
Hey there, folks. Welcome to another Art of Not Giving a Fuck Victim to Adventure podcast. Hey there, Lance.
What's going on, Garrett?
Not too much. One thing we were just noticing before we got started recording is that it's time for some face stretches. So rather than do that on our own and not share with you guys, we're going to do it right here on the podcast. So we'll maybe talk a little while we do it, but just go ahead and follow along. Take this time to get that refreshing sensation for yourself. So for those of you listening, you want to include the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes, your nostrils, the cheeks, the lips, the lower cheeks, the tongue, and the jaw. So just moving everything in all different directions.
You know, what surprises me about doing this is sometimes you think if you move your face faster, you're going to get through the 5 minutes faster, but that's not the case.
No, in fact, it'll frustrate you and you'll end up not doing it. Most of the time when people go fast, they stop and sit there looking confused because you're messing up your brain too quickly. So we want a nice fried egg, not scrambled eggs, overcooked. Just stretching slow and breathing.
This is your brain without face stretching.
Exactly. And if you yawn, make it a big yawn. Take advantage of it. Don't put your hands in front of your mouth there. And just keep stretching your face. And notice what's going on in the rest of your body. You might start squeezing your ass, tensing your legs, squeezing your feet. Relax all that. And keep on breathing while you stretch your face in all different directions. Focus for a minute on your eyes, moving them around and around, up and down. And don't forget about your nostrils and upper lip. You'll find it's like a whole territory to explore in there. How many different ways can you move it?
I was surprised when someone I know was asked if they could move their nose by itself. And I was like, oh yeah, everyone can do that. It's like, no, and this person couldn't even feel their nose to move it. I was like, whoa, wow, it never even dawned on me. That you could have just like your nose just there like it's full of embalming fluid.
Right. So now focus on moving the nostrils, folks, while you're listening. And if you don't feel them right away, that's fine. What I noticed in the beginning, like what Lance just said, was that just by thinking about the nose, you start to get a sensation. And even if you don't, you'll eventually move your awareness there. Just like if I say hand right now, now you're thinking and feeling your hands. You can't help it. It's like if I say, think about the most awesome adventure you've ever had. You can't not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now think of how you might use that as a trick in your own mind. You don't need complicated NLP to actually like snap yourself out of things. You can do it just with simple language.
Especially when you're in tune with your body.
Exactly. And just in case the question is resounding and anyone who just heard you say that, well, how do I get in tune with my body? Well, this is one of the answers. Keep stretching your face. If you stop doing it, now keep breathing, keep stretching a little bit longer.
I think strangely that nose conversation shed a lot of light on the undoing process as a whole.
It may have. I suspected there might have been more going on there as well. See what you guys do with it. And again, I want to remind you all listening right away at the beginning, you might think that everyone else is going to scroll down and leave a review there. What I want you to do is the moment you feel the most intensity while you're listening to any of these podcasts, I want you to go into iTunes. And even if it's hate, love, whatever it is, go into iTunes and click on that review button and click whatever star level you want and type to your heart's content. Okay, we want to hear these from you. We're going to read one each week on the podcast. So Leave some reviews. We love to see those. And it'll help get the word out about the Art of Not Giving a Fuck podcast. So stretch your face a little bit more. Try the jaw, so expand, if you haven't, the jaw real wide. Make one solid, intense face. And a full breath in.
You look hilarious. Oh, man.
Well, I've been practicing, those the big Buddhist mandalas they have, the evil Tibetan ones with the
Yeah.
big scary looking thing with all the murder going on in its belly. I like practicing to make that face. So I've been.
I wish I had a screenshot of that.
Oh, I can try again. We'll see. We'll try and.
Yeah, you're almost there. It's interesting about the frightening faces. Sometimes when I look at my face, if I'm making a scary face and I'm stretching it, through my perspective, the face can look very, very frightening. But I was wondering if there was someone beside me, if they were looking at it, it would probably just appear like a kind of innocuous.
Yeah. There's some faces I can make that'll upset my partner. And if I make them and just keep holding them, it's like, she's like, come on, stop it, Yeah. So there are faces that'll trigger things. But I suspect, it might be different for different people. For you and I, it's no big deal. And I know it's almost comical just to see it. But yeah, I've had some time staring in the mirror, making the faces where I hit something pretty wild and frightening. And you'll see that in the Inner Circle forum, too. I know some of you listening are in there. If you're listening and you don't have access, again, just drop me an email, radicalundoing@gmail.com, and we'll see where you're at on that. But yeah, I saw in the Inner Circle people mentioning that staring in their own eyes in the mirror and making faces in the mirror, sometimes it'll knock them down for a little while, or they'll come into the forum and say, holy shit, I was just doing the simple face stretches in the mirror and suddenly I was overpowered or whatever, and they had to stop and just think about things for a while. And so you'll see that. You'll have that experience, especially with the mirror action going along.
Yeah.
Some of the other exercises, the staring into your own eyes for a full minute, and then when you stare into your own eyes while blinking for the next minute, some people have reported some psychedelic effects from the blinking. Even myself, I did that yesterday for a long time, for the full minute. But toward the end of the minute, I noticed it was like becoming maddening to keep blinking my eyes at that pace. It was like I could continue to do it, but it felt as though I was going to explode somehow from within my guts if I kept going. And then the alarm went off. And I was like, okay, that was something. Side note, if you're doing the undoing exercises or doing any of the courses or Art of Not Giving a Fuck stuff, what I just mentioned can be a key. If I'd have pushed those blinking a little bit further, that could have been a deep relaxation. It could have been a scream into the pillow moment. But there's something there. And I'll explore that sometime in the next couple of days when I make the space for it. But those are little keys you can make note of. Speaking of keys, that's a great way to launch right into our discussion for today. This is inspired by our multiple-time guest and friend of the podcast, Ben Settle, which also I recommend his show too. It fits just perfectly with some of our content. So check that out, bensettle.com. But this is inspired, so I wanted to give a shout out to him, inspired by his email players rules. But what we want to do is have our set of Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Victim to Adventurer. I don't want to call it rules, but something like the arts or the mediums or the brush strokes, if you will, that will help you become a better artist in the art of not giving a fuck. So these are concepts.
The strokes.
The strokes, the brush strokes. So if any of you guys listening have a great title for that, let us know and we'll actually use it and we'll give you a fun gift, something crazy and cool that'll blow your mind forever. So you're warned if you give us suggestions. We may throw a gift at you that destroys your life, for better or worse. In any case, so we have the Art of Not Giving a Fuck brush strokes or arts and guidelines, we could even call them, whatever you want to call them. We've got 7 of them for you today. There's plenty more where this came from, but this arose out of a conversation between Lance and I about if you are searching or working on transcendence in your life. I don't know a better way to put it. If you're working on expansion, you're working on going with the flowing life, becoming an adventurer, there's certain concepts that you need to have in place, or you could think of them as destruction of other concepts that are currently in their place, that will help you move forward, that'll unlock the doors that are certain to arise in front of you on this journey of expansion, becoming more than you are, so to speak. And so I want to introduce these concepts. We want to give these to you in a way that's going to be useful to you wherever you're at on your path toward the adventure. So one or two of these is going to stand out to you. What I want you to do is choose whatever one or two really stands out to you for now, and then go to work on it. Really go to work on it till you build it as a pillar or an experience in your life, or till you unlock the door with it. Then come back, listen again. Pick out another one and apply that. There's no rush here. There's no race. And since this is recorded, you can always come back to it. We'll introduce more of these later on as we go, but these are the core 7. These are the ones you need to have in place. And just by listening to these tonight, you're going to feel a deep sense of relief. It's going to feel like you're taking a break no matter where you are. Your body will feel better. Your mind will thank you for it. These are going to be tools sort of to clean up the inner landscape, to become an inner environmentalist, where you start to understand what's going on in there and you stop poisoning all the wildness and destroying all the beautiful surprises that are there inside. And start using your imagination for something fun and exciting instead of to punish yourself or to attack yourself or to create imaginary catastrophes. So without further introduction, we're going to dive right in to number 1, which is 100% juice. 100% juice. Now this means 100% self-acceptance. We've told the story a million times before, so we're not going to retell it here. But just suffice it to say that whenever you're feeling like you're not enough or you're lacking something, just say to yourself, 100% juice. And that reminder will always help you get back to square one and realize, okay, no matter what's going on, no matter what programming I seem to have, no matter my so-called bad habits, no matter what I've done, no matter what the fuck is happening to me, 100% juice. I always accept myself at 100%. And from that point, now, it might not seem like much, but everything else in your life will change forever, because now instead of constantly working on things to make yourself okay, to fix yourself, as Robert Scheinfeld says, to change, fix, or improve everything inside and outside of you, instead, you are now an explorer. You're now adventuring. You're now looking around and seeing what's going on. And from there, you don't have to fix yourself at all. Now that you're just you, whole, ready to explore, ready to expand. Without that, you're working in the dark. No matter how good your tools are, no matter how good your systems are, no matter what books you've read, no matter what knowledge you have, what teachers you're surrounded with, circumstances that are supporting you, money, nothing happens without that self-acceptance.
Yeah. I like number 1 being 100% juice. And just as you're saying, I was looking at our list, I'd say number 8 is 100% juice too.
And it'll probably go like that all the way up, you know, the beginning of each of the sets.
Yeah, is 100% juice. Yeah.
Always starting from that point and then expanding from there. So basically just keep in mind, nothing can happen without that. And all of you folks listening right now, you know if you're accepting yourself fully or not. You can feel it. So if you know the answer to whether or not you're accepting yourself, if it's yes, great, go forward. If it's no, bring it up to yes. That's it.
Yeah.
It's super simple. It might feel weird, but you do that.
Well, doing the undoing work and becoming familiar with the rest of these concepts will become more of a natural experience.
Mm-hmm. But remember, the point is not that you are not 100% juice right now. You're not at 78% juice and then you're hoping to get to 100. You're at 100% juice, but some of the additives and colorings and preservatives are making you think that you're not.
I think it's best we go through the rest of the list, and that point will prove itself.
Yeah, let's just leave that one hang. You're right. I like to batter that one, but let's leave it hang. You're correct. So Lance, tell us what number 2 is.
Number 2 is no one knows anything.
No one knows a goddamn thing.
There's some convincing showmen out there who would like to have you believe that they know something, and there's some beautiful models in which to play with, which serve humanity in various ways, but they're all fairly arbitrary in a larger sense.
Yeah, and if you doubt the assertion that no one knows anything, I encourage you to go back and listen to the NGF podcast on death, which will help you understand the truth of the statement, no one knows anything. Because death is the great reminder that as much as you think you know, it's about to disappear into dust again anyway.
It's just one hypnotic trance after another being debunked, and it's just debunk after debunk after debunk after debunk.
One of the great Americans have said of this same topic and of the debunking itself is, when we remember we are all mad, the mysteries disappear, and all life stands explained. And that's Samuel Clemens or Mark Twain who said that. And just that quote alone can bring some amount of peace to you on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, it plays really nice into that, is like we said about your expectations come crashing down when you remember everyone's mad. Well, a corollary, I don't know how to pronounce that word, but someone can write in and accuse me of mispronouncing it on the reviews. Please do. The point being that no one has a drama-free life. No one has a drama-free life simply because, as Mr. Twain said, we are all mad. And in that, no one knows what's going on. So we're running around and we build up more and more assumptions about what we think is going on. And then those assumptions clash with other people. And what a relationship is when we allow those to clash enough to where we can start feeling comfortable around each other. And then from there, we have things called creativity. Sometimes we have fights. Sometimes we have fucking who knows what. The full range of human experience plays out. So we all love dramas. That's why there's a million drama TV shows you can watch at any single moment. Reality TV shows filled with drama. Even sports filled with drama, because you're looking for someone to get hurt, or you're looking for the roar of the crowd, all these things. So you'd think that people would realize that they're so fascinated with drama that they could bring that fascination into the movie or the unfolding of their own life, and also respect and enjoy the drama that takes place there. And of course, as an artist is not giving a fuck, start to refine the communication, start to refine the drama into the type of show you like to watch, rather than pretending you're a victim of the television when you have the remote control in your hand.
I think we can move on.
Excellent. So from there, some of these assumptions some of these guidelines build on each other. In this case, this one comes straight from one of my favorite songwriters, but it's, I am the king of infinite space. You are the king of infinite space, or the queen of infinite space, if you're listening to this. Now, at first time I heard that song line, the first time I thought of that, I thought, what in the hell does that mean? What does that even mean? Every time I look around, I'm the king of infinite space. And of course, then when you realize you are the sole unit of existence, at least from terms of your own perception. Everything happens in front of you, within and around you. There's nothing else you can verify. And at first that might seem scary or strange, but when you think of it in these terms, you're the king of infinite space. Just start to look around now and assume that to be true, and see how things look and feel different. So it's claiming your throne. You could consider this guideline, wake up every morning and look around and claim your throne, the throne of your reality, and operate from that place as if you're administering your blessings unto the kingdom. And the way that you'll do that is by going out among your people, going out among your life and bringing creativity out there, doing business that people appreciate, eating good meals, treating yourself like a king, really living it up in the reality that is yours to live within.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So the victim has a hard time with that. So
I know the victim has been roused right now. I'm sure there's people listening whose victim is going wild at this point.
Bullshit.
And maybe in your heads you're thinking, oh yeah, what the fuck are these guys talking about? King of infinite space. But I assure you, just look around. Look around and tell yourself the truth about what's going on, and you'll start to see and feel what I mean. And if you don't, disagree with me, write in. I'd love to host that opinion. And we move on to number 5. Lance, I'd like for you to take this one over since you mentioned it earlier. This one also leads right in, though. This one helps with the others quite a bit.
number 5 is your body is your unconscious mind. Rather than this ethereal, ungraspable mystery in some unknown dimension, everything you need to know about your life and life, period, is housed right in the intelligence of your body.
Your body communicates with you. Now, sometimes that's my back hurts at the end of the day. Sometimes that's, I saw it today in an article. It was about how talking about money with poor people causes physical tension, which limits their perception of their opportunities. Mm. And they were talking about this and how to handle it. And one of the issues, one of the ways that women described it was, right when I thought I had to pay $1,500 for my car to get fixed, it felt like I was punched in my throat. It felt like I was punched in my windpipe. Mm. So she's expressing, the unconscious is talking right there through her mouth, through its own language, which is the language of the body. Mm. So all the work we do, all the undoing, you're learning the language of the body. And so what happens is then your body gives you signals, and then you do the exercises. That is how you talk back to the body. That's how you communicate with the unconscious.
And your body is a natural lover, creator, friend. It's completely open.
The body has no troubles.
Body has no troubles.
So number 6, which I found written on a mirror in Ventura in a little antique shop, Ventura, California. I may still have the photo, and if I do, I will go ahead and put it up along with the podcast. But number 6 is comparison is the thief of all joy. It's a beautiful realization, and we've talked about it a little bit before, but it applies on so many different levels. So that might be hard to spot at first. So the ones like if you're thinking, oh, I'm this old, I'm at this age, I should be doing these things by now. I should have this much money by now, or I should have a house or a wife or a kid, whatever it is. Or I am a man, and a man is supposed to fill in the blank. Or so you're comparing yourself to other men, comparing yourself to other people at your age, comparing yourself. But then it can also be comparing experiences. So you could be camping somewhere and you can go, oh man, this desert isn't as cool as the forest. And now you don't go hiking and you miss the majesty of the place you're actually in because you compared it to somewhere you used to be. So the main idea here, and the way you can prove, which we want you to prove each of these to yourself, the way you can prove that comparison is a thief of joy to yourself is just to notice when you start comparing and watch the effects it has. Now, Lance, you had mentioned something about dealing with people that are trying to one up each other.
Yeah.
Now there's comparison underneath that. I don't know that the people are aware of it, but there is comparison. They're constantly comparing themselves to you, and they think you're doing it too, and then they're trying to get a leg up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a really common reflex in the top.
I've done it a whole bunch in crowds where I felt inferior.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I saw Radiohead in Santa Barbara. Yeah, it was outside. Uh-huh. Right after they said, "Well, I saw them on TV," or you know what I mean? Like it's I would always tell. I caught myself doing that. I caught the victim telling glory stories, adventure stories, but in a way that was to hide my sense of inferiority.
So number 8 is
number 7.
Oh yeah, right. We're not there. We haven't come full circle yet. Okay, number 7 is no one gives a shit about you.
Now, this one was super devastating to me. The first place I ever read that was in The Psychopath's Bible by Dr. Hyatt, and it said something to the effect of, remember, if you can, that no one cares anything about you at all. They only care about how they feel around you. So that was devastating because I started to realize the truth behind it, and I realized with a little bit of deliberate thinking and words, I could destroy or create all the friendships in my life. I could destroy the friendships I wanted, create new ones, or pretty much do anything I wanted, create any response to me or the other people's perception of what they think is me, just by using words. So suffice it to say, I don't have most of those people in my life anymore who were around when I discovered that tenet. But what it does, when you can face the horror or the horrifying moment of realizing, wow, no one's ever actually cared about me. So your parents took care of you because of biological drives mixed with societal pressures that they can't just throw you off a bridge even if they want to. You know, your girlfriend's with you because she feels good with you and because she gets certain things out of it. Or the friends that call you up to hang out because they feel a certain way around you. And if you changed that or if you shoved them away, they would stop coming around. They would just stop coming around. So it's something you can experience the truth of. And it feels really shitty. But the cool thing is if you persist down that road, you come out on the other end realizing that you only have to hang out with people that you want to be around. And then also that if you're hanging out with authentic people, if they're hanging out with you, if your friends are around, if your girlfriend's around, it's because they genuinely want to be there, because they are having fun and because you're having fun. So what seems like a horrifying realization becomes sort of an empowering and exciting truth.
Yeah, I don't know where everyone else is at. I was just talking to Chloe the other day about the life that I have here, and I couldn't believe it. I have awesome friends, you know, and I have an awesome partner, and I have an awesome apartment, and it all came from nothing, you know. We couldn't believe it, and she, Chloe congratulated me and said, like, you know what, damn right, so this is what you deserve, and because I remember a period where I was completely in limbo, and where I felt the feeling, the victim mentality that I had was as if there was a conveyor belt pulling me back into my past. And it was like, no, I'm being yanked back into an old movie I got so tired of seeing, but I don't know how to get out of it. And thankfully, I nuked that bitch.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy thing to have the victim running around in your brain without knowing it's there. One other aspect that no one gives a shit about you, tenet or guideline here is that it relates to taking full responsibility or realizing everything in your life on some level is something you can take responsibility for. You'll realize that you can't rely on everyone else to get you where you want to go or to do things for you. Now, on some level, you can hire people, you can do things, but now you're realizing that they're there because you're paying them, or they're there because you're creating the state in which they enjoy being there. And then through doing that, you can start to take responsibility for yourself. You're the one that needs to give a shit about you on some level. And if you follow 100% juice, you will just automatically give a shit about you. And we've got tenets that you'll hear in the future that will help you expand on this. But for now, remember, no one gives a shit about you at all. Face the paradox of that and see what happens for you.
Yeah. And then build.
The funny thing is, as I say it, it's like I do give a shit. I care for the listeners. You know, I care deeply for everyone who comes my way, and I do my best to help send them back out into the world as an adventure with as much expansion and fedoras and bullwhips as possible.
Yeah, but you know what's necessary for certain transcendence, elements of transcendence.
Exactly.
Because there's a game that is played of condition and ownership and ensnarement and umbilical cords that have the victim all wrapped up. And until they've all been severed or seen or burned away with the awareness, they can haunt people. And there's a real powerful language wrapped around those ones too, especially the word love, and love as a manipulative tool of victims. So I can think of distinct moments in my life where I had people attempting to take advantage or play out a drama I wasn't interested in, all under the guise of love. So start to see through these things, and then you can build your army of adventurers. Because I don't know, I found some adventures around where I'm at. They got to be everywhere. There's so many different paths you can take. Chances are, if someone is listening to this, it's because the undoing work could actually do something quite profound for them, and that's why some people don't find this interesting at all. But I know that trusting my instinct and my interest in initially the Dr. Hyatt materials, getting to know Garrett and become familiar with those materials, was in my story, as the drama played out, it was integral, and it wasn't something I could ignore. So with that, we come full circle. Number 8, 100% juice, baby.
Number 8, 100% juice. So just so you guys remember, take that one home with you, 100% juice. And the cool thing is, then it gives you reminders everywhere. You'll see it on TV commercials. You'll see it on bottles of juice at the store. So you'll get a cool little reminder at all the right times. No matter what's going on, no matter what appears to be going on, no matter the confusion, the suffering you think you're going through, 100% juice, people. Yeah. And with that, I think we've covered everything that is possible to cover for tonight. So that is an Art of Not Giving a Fuck wrap.
Thank you for listening to the Art of Not Giving a Fuck podcast. For more info, visit artofnotgivingafuck.com or radicalundoing.com.